I went to London today, and on the way back the guy told me that the train that I was about to board on was the right train to get home. But it wasn't. It took me to some place called Billingshurst, which is in the middle of nowhere, so I thought I have about 45 minutes till the train goes backwards towards my direction. It's actually here now, and I'll do a little workout, and that's exactly what I did. 25 minutes of cardio and about 10 minutes of push-ups and pull-ups. But anyway, I don't want to miss this, so I'll see you guys in a bit. What's up guys, AJ here. I feel a lot better today. I mean, I've not fully recovered, but I feel a lot better. Some of you are probably watching this thinking, feel better from what, AJ? Well, I'm just about to explain to you guys what I feel better from. So you know my last couple of videos were videos from Pakistan and based on Pakistan and how my trip to Pakistan affected my health and whatnot. And you know I suffered from illness, right? I came back ill. And I did recover from these illnesses. I felt a lot better. But then I think it was a week later, a week after my last video, before this video, which was last week, I actually felt ill. In the middle of the night, I started shivering. I had a crazy fever. I just didn't feel good. I didn't feel good at all. I thought, hey, maybe I've got that flu that's going around, because it's that time of the year in the UK where everyone is suffering from a flu, right? So I woke up the next morning. It was actually an assignment deadline day for the morning after, so I had a lot of work to do, and I actually went to the library with a friend to do my work, right, because I had to submit it in, and I'm so bad that I didn't do my work. So I spent the whole day doing my work. I think we started doing work at about 10 AM. It got to about 6 PM and I started feeling really crappy. But then I saw it through. We carried on doing work. It got to about 1 AM and I didn't feel good at all. So we went home. I did complain to my friend before that, and I told him, look man, I'm feeling really crappy. I need to go home. I genuinely feel like I'm gonna die. I actually woke up in the morning and finished it off, and I felt so crappy. I felt like death. I told my friends as well. I told quite a few of my friends. They told me that I should man up because I got the man flu. Let me tell you guys something. I've had the man flu several times, and I've went to the gym and I've hit PBs. I've hit personal bests with a man flu. A man flu's nothing. It'll only affect me for a few hours, and then I can happily go to the gym and have a high volume intense workout. But I knew this wasn't a man flu. Anyway, this fever, it became more constant. It got worse. My eyes started suffering from light and color sensitivity. I started, squinting a lot. I couldn't look at my laptop screen properly. I had to have all the lights off. I thought, look, I need to see the doctor tomorrow because I can't handle this. This is too much. So the next day, it was a Saturday. In the morning, I went to the doctor's. I waited around in A&E. My GP is actually in my hometown where I actually live, but I'm at university, and during term time I'm somewhere else, so I don't have a GP where I go to uni, so I had to go to the hospital, to the accident and emergency. I waited around for about 1-2 hours shivering with a high fever. Saw a nurse gave me a few painkillers, brought my temperature down. I was about to get a blood test and a doctor walked in. Doctor stopped the nurse from giving me a blood test and said, let me check him out. Let me ask him a few questions because a blood test may not be necessary. So he took me into another room, asked me a few questions and said, hey, your temperature's really high, you're feeling crappy, but look, all the symptoms that you've described, they're symptoms of a flu, and you may have a flu. Let me tell you guys something. My chest wasn't clogged up, I had no cough, I had no blocked or runny nose. I did not have flu symptoms at all, but I'm not one to make a fuss, right? So I thought, fine, you're a doctor. You're advising me to go home and see it through. So I went home, and a few hours after going home, I suffered so much. Honestly, the pain was unbearable. Throughout the night, I didn't sleep at all. But me being me, I thought I'd see the night through. The next day, I woke up. I think I slept for about an hour or two. I managed to just fall asleep in the middle of the night. I suffered again in the morning. It came in waves, and it just got to a point where, something had to happen. I couldn't do this. I couldn't live like this. This is not a flu. I can handle a damn flu. I rang up NHS emergency. I managed to get an appointment with an out-of-hours GP. It was really late. It was about 10 PM. Saw the GP. GP said, hey, you might have a flu. And it was just getting ridiculous. I mean, how can I tell these people that I don't have a flu? I've suffered from a flu. I know what a flu's like. I'm a man. I can handle a flu. But anyway, I went to get him a urine sample. I came back and my dad actually suggested to him that I may have malaria. Then he said, okay, you might have malaria. These symptoms are actually similar to those of malaria. So he recommended me to another department to take a blood test. I stayed overnight, they took blood tests, and then they sent me home the next morning saying, hey, you feel fine? Fine, go home. I thought, not this again. Same thing happened again. Suffered again. It was about 6 in the morning, I hadn't slept all night, I was suffering, I was up with my dad and my dad's wife. They were clueless on what to do. The hospital kept sending me home, the doctors kept telling me I had a flu, and I was there suffering and we just didn't know what to do. I mean, painkillers would bring my temperature down for an hour, but then it would just shoot right back up again. And I was weak as hell, I could barely walk by myself. What else could we do? It got to about midday. I managed to sleep from 9 AM after being up all night to about 11 AM-ish. Then I got a call from the hospital telling me to come in because they found something in my blood. They actually found something in my blood. The hospital that sent me home twice found something in my blood, and I genuinely did not want to go because I thought they would send me home again. So I went in. I actually waited for about 3 to 4 hours before they admitted me into hospital. They admitted me into hospital after taking more blood, and they said, look, you have an infection in your blood, there's a bug in your blood, we don't know what it is yet, we haven't got the results from the biomeds yet, but I think they're called biomeds, I don't know, but another department, basically the other department were checking out the blood, and they didn't know what it was, they were just waiting for results from them. So it was a bug, that's all I knew. They admitted me into hospital, put me on antibiotics, and man, it was terrible. I think the first night was awful. I was in so much pain. I wouldn't wish it upon anyone. I don't really want to think about the pain. I mean, I'm still suffering right now, but it's not as bad as it was before. The next day I got told I had typhoid fever. I'd never heard of it before. But what it is a type of salmonella, but not the common salmonella that you hear about from raw eggs and stuff. It's actually a salmonella called Salmonella typhi, which is a lot more dangerous and less common than the common salmonella. I knew that I didn't have a flu. I knew that it was a lot more, and honestly I suffered so much. I lost so much strength. I've lost so much weight. You could tell from my face when I smile. I could feel my cheekbones. I can't even walk by myself at the moment. I'll tell you something funny. Today I went to get my hair cut, right? I mean, I need to start living again whilst I'm recovering. And I went to the bus stop, I saw my bus coming. So I started running a bit. And then I stopped running thinking, shit, this is difficult. I mean, that's how weak I am right now. I'm really weak. I did make a video before I actually made this video, but the video is really emotional and I really don't want to show that side of me because I'm not weak. I'm not. I've lost a stone since this illness hit me hard. It's been in my blood for quite a long time, but like I said, it's only just affected me. It hit me a week ago was when I actually visited the hospital. When they kept sending me home and messing me about. My appetite isn't fully back, but I'm still trying to force myself to eat and drink. I didn't eat and drink for days. I just couldn't. I had no appetite, nothing. No, it's awful. I wouldn't wish typhoid upon anyone, and a lot of people haven't heard of typhoid, but honestly it's a disgusting disease and I don't wish it upon anyone. But I'm just making this video to tell you guys to stay with me. I will be uploading videos from now, hopefully, keeping you updated on how I feel, how I'm doing when I'm back in the gym, and yeah, just generally keeping you guys updated and just getting my life back on track, because it's been a difficult period for me since I went abroad. I've not been the same. The illnesses have affected me so much. So much. So my advice to you guys, when you go abroad, take caution. Make sure you get your jabs. I didn't get my jabs. And make sure you watch what you eat. And take care of yourself, because your health is important. Like, I'm losing all my gains and stuff, but I know I can get them back because my muscle fascias, they're stretched from before, right? They're just depleted because they've got no water or blood or minerals and stuff in them, that kind of stuff, right? Once I start to eat properly, once I start to work out again, it will just all come back. So but yeah, like I said, my health is the most important thing, and once I get my health back on track, then I can get everything else back on track. And my education too, it's really hit my education hard because it came at a really bad time. It came during assignment and exam week, but luckily my uni has given me extensions, and hopefully once I'm better, I can get through all my work and stuff. I apologize to my current clients as well, who I haven't been able to reply to. Hopefully I can get back to you guys as soon as possible. Don't worry about me being unwell. I can reply to emails, so please email me if you have any questions or any queries. I do this to help and inspire people. And that's what motivates me. Even though I'm ill, even though I'm weak, even though I'm scrawny and lost all my gains, I do this for you guys. I don't have 150,000 subscribers. I have 150 subscribers, but even that's enough for me. Even if I just had one subscriber, it's enough. Hopefully I'll see you guys in better health.